Welcome back to the Collaborative Canvas, your go-to destination for all the things market research and innovation needs. I'm your host, Ankesh Saxena, and today we are embarking on an exciting journey into the world of synthetic data. Over the years, we have witnessed remarkable advancement in artificial intelligence, reshaping the way we understand consumer behavior and marketing dynamics. And leading to the charge is the AI revolution in synthetic data, a groundbreaking concept that redefines how we collect, analyze, and leverage data for market research purposes. To guide us through this exploration, we have a special guest joining us today, Augustine Elizondo, CEO and founder of LivePanel. With a wealth of experience in market research data collection solution, August brings a unique perspective to the table, shedding light onto the transformative potential of synthetic data in the market research landscape. As we dive into the conversation with August, we'll uncover the intricacies of synthetic data, its practical application, and the role it plays in shaping the future of market research. Whether you are a seasoned professional or a curious enthusiast, this episode promises to be both enlightening and inspiring. So, without further ado, let's extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guest, August Elizondo. August, thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Ankesh, thank you very much for inviting me. My name is Agustin Elizondo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of LivePanel. We launched the company in 2015 with the inspiration to be the first pure mobile panel worldwide and mostly in Latin America. And that's how we started this journey of data collection.
And that was my first question, because I wanted to, let people know who Augustine Elizondo is. But August, I think we recently started conversation about synthetic data. So again, my first question, how did you, what is synthetic data, first of all? How do you explain synthetic data to the people who are into market research? And for them, that's a fairly new term. I think even I understood synthetic data, I think early January this year.
We know that for different people, synthetic data means different things. What we do is it's more easy to explain like advanced imputation that is very known in the industry for many years or a long time. When we start with the mobile panel, we face the same challenge of every panel company. It was very difficult for us to fulfill the quotas in the time and that the customers need, the time the customer and market need. So we realize we have a lot of people we divide our database in active and inactive panelists. Being a mobile panel is very hard to keep the engagement of the people along the time. So we have a lot of people that come in the panel, but the churn rates are very high. So all the people we need to complete the survey, we have in the inactive panel. We run a project of 300 people, and maybe we are missing five old ladies from a specific city, and we look in our database and we have a lot of people, and we start talking about this issue. We have to spend a lot of money in recruitment, and we look at the industry and say, hey, how the other panels or our competitors face this challenge. And we realized all the industry was integrated and every panel was connected. So if I miss 10 people, I go to the other panel or to a marketplace or to exchange, and they can solve that issue. And for us was very difficult in 2016, 2017, with a pure mobile panel. We are like the only exception. And we want to keep the user interface or the user experience. We don't want to redirect the link to our panelists. So we start talking about how we can do to predict an answer from inactive panelists with machines. The main question was, can machine answer instead of them? And the answer was yes, because we start realize there were in the mathematics, in statistics, many machine learning models, and we had all the information needed in order to run these models. But the main difficulty was we have a lot of people with different profile answer questions, and we ran a new survey from another different people. So there was a one solution fit every people. So we need to develop a platform in order to run different machine learning models from each people for each question of the survey. So it was a huge challenge, and we understand. We started calling this technique like look-alike predicting surveys, but really it was very confusing at that time, 2020. Last year, all the industry started talking about synthetic data. We believe synthetic data explain what we are doing, but to differentiate from LLMs, synthetic data that is based on synthetic respondents, we are not based on LLMs. We are not based, or we don't create synthetic respondent. We only create synthetic answers over real people. So for us, it's like more easy to explain our synthetic data like an advanced imputation of missing data, like than synthetic data. That's the main solution we are offering. We believe this is a cutting-edge solution right now, because all industry that was integrated, there is facing a huge quality problem. And the quality problem, it's every time appears in the last mile when you need to close a project, and you say, hey, we need the 10 last % of the quotas to complete the project, and all the companies are relaxing quotas, are going to programmatic, and they are exposed to fraud, to bad quality. So we are offering a solution to close the gap between the 80 or 90%, when you have collect the 80 or 90% of the panelists or the answers you need. We are helping you close the project without relaxing quotas, or without or trying to keep the quality of the project.
Well, I think that's a great solution. But you mentioned that you're actually exporting the machine learning on an inactive data sets that you have.
Exactly. In order to build synthetic data, and there are many topics, there are solutions inside what we are doing. For us to run the machine learning platform, we need to have already active people that answer the current survey, and with that information as a seed, we can train and predict over other people that could be active or inactive, that we have already profiled, in order to predict what they would answer to that current survey. It's not necessary that they must be inactive. Yes?
Okay. Which does it mean that
you need to... Yes.
Go ahead.
No, the main ingredients we need to run the project. We need current people that answer a survey, and people that already had been profiled but didn't answer the current survey. So in that way, we can predict over the people that didn't answer the survey. But both groups must be previously profiled.
Yeah.
That's the bridge that help machine learning models train and predict over the second group.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I think that makes sense. And which is why I think it does address, or probably does it address or not? It's something that I wanted to understand. Does it really address the privacy concerns around it? Because now you're providing a valuable insights out of the data, which is inactive, but you're managing it basis on the profiling information that you have over the period of time.
We are very worried about privacy, and these projects, this software and this solution is language, country, or PII or the final data agnostic. The project, you can export a table without the variables, but only the questions codified and the answer codified, and the machine learning models understand the answers, but we don't need to know which are the brands you mentioned, which are the questions you are doing, and which are the answers. The machine learning models are agnostic. They only understand codes. If you codify the whole data set, the solution runs without problem.
So does it mean that, if I have a very niche requirement and say your panel across the board, say, let's talk about, any one particular country, you got about 50% of your panel profiled overall as Gen Pop, or for that particular, say, Tesla owners. Let's take an example so people can easily understand. So say, the very specific Tesla owners that you need. And you're running out of the sample size to a certain portion. So probably you may be able to just complete 30% of it. So rest 70 when you commit to the client, how do you manage that? Because the data, not necessarily, if I'm talking about a make and certain models, you may not have profile databases on that from the past. How will you then complete the entire study?
The profile, that's an interesting question, because you need to talk about what does it mean profile people for us, and what does it mean profile people for a project. We don't need to know the screener of the project. Our profile is some information that identifies unique people that you can talk about. How do you manage risk? What is the favorite character do you prefer for you? Which is a favorite character? There is all the information that could differentiate one people to another. It doesn't mean you need a profile question that aligned to the project.
Okay. Which means there are certain characters of a respondent that you keep it intact, and you match it basis on the machine learning algorithms or the mathematics or the the other algorithms that you have managed to manage certain expectations. So again, help me understand this in a different way when I come back to this again, Tesla owners, that I need Tesla owners who intend to buy Tesla in future, or I need people who intend to buy Tesla in future. What kind of a character elements you can identify to match it back with the respondent that you have as inactive, or from the synthetic data perspective?
I make one declaration. You have the profiling data. It could be declarative or could be behavioral. If you have all the profiling question, the profiling question identifies the person, not the project. Yes?
Yeah.
And then when you go to the field work and you run the 80% of the field work, you got there all the answers of the current users of Tesla. Yes? So how it works, this solution? It's like when you go to the field work, you take the picture, and what we do is like the zoom. We can help you make a deep dive in this 70%, and you enlarge the sample. So when you go deeper in a segment, you can still see the clear results, and you don't run out of sample. That's one of the main uses. But all the information about the Tesla users come from the fieldwork.
Yeah.
What we are doing is enlarging the sample with other people that, for example, we run this Tesla project in Nigeria or in Brazil. You only go and look for people that live in Brazil and the age you need to look for to qualify to the sample. Yes? And you, with all the profiling information you have from the people that answer the current survey, and with all the profiling question you have, the profiling info you have from the people that didn't answer the current survey, you are trying to predict unique answer for unique people. You are not going to duplicate the answer or going to look to a similar person in order to say, hey, this is similar to this, so this will answer the same. You are creating synthetic data because you are creating unique answers for every people that didn't answer the current survey, and you train the models with the people that answer the current survey.
Okay. So
that's the main advantage of the solution, and it's better than waiting, it's better than relaxing quotas, it's better than closing the project without the complete quotas.
Got it. Which means, as you mentioned, if I am actually using my own panel and I'm running short on say number of completes for the client on a certain segment, irrespective of any segment, because now it is not about the project, it is more about the profile of a respondent. How would I get those remaining completes done from live panel? Can you explain, that process to us?
Yes, we separate two solutions. As live panel, we have a mobile panel that with only coverage in Latin America. Yes, that's our panel. And then this solution we call N-Infinite. This solution is panel agnostic. So if you run a project with your panel and you have 1 million people profile in India, and you have a lot of information of these people in India, you start a project and you fulfill this 80% of the sample. And you have the profile info of the people that answer the current survey, and you have the answers to the survey. You have to give us, you upload to our system this 80% of the sample, and you say, hey, I'm missing the 20% of the sample. Well, which people are you missing to complete the sample? We are needing 100 men from Delhi, from 18 to 25. Well, you have to give me from your panel a database of 100, 200, or 1,000 men from Delhi from 18 to 25 with the profiling data. Yes? You have upload all that information to N-Infinite, and we give you back the 80% of the sample complete. Is the same that you gave us, and the other, all the database with the profiling people with the complete answers to the survey. If you upload 100, you will receive 100 complete. If you upload 1,000, you will receive 1,000 more complete.
So, which means if as a client, you wouldn't, as a client, you will take from the client basically the profiling data, the survey data, and you will match the trends and with the survey data to the profiling data, and then present the remaining completes which is left.
Exactly. I believe the best way to understand is what we do, the missing data in a dropout. When one person starts with the survey of 20 questions, they answer 18 and they drop out because of they run out of internet, they have to leave, they run out of time, whatever. They don't answer the last 2 questions. Well, if you upload like a data set of 200 people, and there are 20 people that did drop out in the survey in the last 4 questions, we can predict with that full data set only that last question, only the incomplete cases, in order to help you use those cases as valid as with the full answer of the survey.
This is interesting. So I think we can minimize the impact of the dropouts by large.
Exactly. If you have like a dropout with at least the 30% of the survey complete, you can complete the other part.
The remaining 70%. But is like, are we saying 30% should be there? Or, if somebody started the survey and post screener, they dropped out, we cannot do anything after that? Or do we really need to have 30%?
No, if they don't qualify in the screener, it won't be useful to complete the survey because it do a screen out of. But
no. So they completed the screener and they moved into the client server and then they dropped out. They just did about 10% of it.
Exactly. If they qualify to the survey and you have the 30% of the survey, complete and they later drop out, you can complete the other 70%.
Nice. I mean, I think a lot of minimizing effect that happens, sorry, not the conversion effect that happens is because of the dropout, because a lot of people drop out in between. And I think synthetic data by large would be very helpful for any survey which is more than LOI of 30 minutes, I guess. Because that is where a lot
Exactly.
of people drop out a lot. So client have a
Exactly.
potential to ask too many questions and then cover it up with the synthetic data because of the patterns. A panel company can do that. I just got one last question because you elaborated so well about synthetic data and how it is going forward. What is you think is basically the future of synthetic data over a period of time? Because it has just started, so I see there's a great future. But considering the privacy concerns, considering how the challenge is being addressed, and a lot of people may not accept it, what do you see as a part of it?
There is a lot of use from synthetic data. What we are focusing is that if you do a fieldwork, you will always do first-party data collection. You will need to have refresh information or fresh information from fresh consumer, from fresh markets, from fresh products. You will need always to do first-party data collection. And the synthetic data could help you enlarge that data sets. That's what we do. And in another cases, with when you use LLMs, you can see, hey, I have all this data collection, this first-party data collection, and I want to create synthetic respondents and to have some insights, like doing qualitative insights or qualitative preview from these data collections. It could help also. And then the main use of synthetic data, as we see, is filling the gaps in all the project. You need to complete information in order to go to better conclusions.
Yeah, I agree.
It's huge, the potential of synthetic data. There are many
as
uses.
of now, it does. A lot of things that I like. The best part I like is about the dropouts and how we can compensate the dropouts with completion of the data. Plus, if it is a niche audience, you can easily do that. And I think this is one of the finest conversation I ever had about synthetic data. So, hi there, everyone. Again, that was Agus Elizondo, the CEO and founder of LifePanel, talking about synthetic data by large with us. If you still have a lot of questions, I would encourage you to post it on LinkedIn for us, for him, and he would be more than happy to answer your questions. I'll mention his details in the end of the video, so you can reach out to him directly as well. This is booming. This is new market trend, and the lot of learnings that is yet to come. We'll get to know more about it. I mean, I think that's not just one discussion that we had today, but there are several discussions around synthetic data that we can see. And I will again invite August and his team in future to learn more about the expansion of synthetic data. And we'll see how it goes out. Market research is changing, and welcome aboard everybody on that. Thank you, August, and we'll chat again soon.
I guess, thank you very much. We know this is like a cutting-edge technology for the market, but we have been working on this since 2017. So this is not new for us. We got a lot of experience, and the best thing we can do for our customers is giving our experience in synthetic data. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. And we'll talk soon in the next episode, because there's a lot of changing again. And as I mentioned, I'm super excited about market research trends. So stay tuned and stay updated. Thank you so much.